Welcome back.
Good to see you guys.
Another episode. What are we talking about this time?
This time we're talking about staycations in Memphis.
What does that mean?
Means
Are you telling me that people take time off and stay here and don't like go on vacation to another city or
we're not all rich like
do a
you, Dustin.
cruise?
Sometimes we...
My kids think that. That's true. We know that that's not true though.
You do think that.
Okay, so if you were going to do a staycation in Memphis, what would you do?
Man, there's so many things to do. It's cool because there's like so many different parts of Memphis that you can go to where like it is vastly different than the other, right?
That's
I mean,
true.
you could stay on Mud Island and
There's a hotel on Mud Island?
There's a hotel on Mud Island, and I'm drawing a blank on the name. Inn at Harbortown, I think, the Inn.
Okay.
And it's a cool little boutique hotel. Paulette's is on the first floor. They have the terrace at the rooftop.
Oh, I have been there. I didn't realize that was a hotel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah, it's
cool.
a
The River Inn.
The River Inn.
Yeah, it's the River Inn at Harbortown.
Okay. We had our facts checked, and the River Inn is our fact. It's really cool, though. They have like this little alley bar kind of between the lobby and Paulette's.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like if you have like one of the corner rooms, it's, you know, beautiful views of the river. You can go walk through. I mean, Harbortown's such a cool, unique neighborhood. You can walk all throughout.
Isn't there like a brewery that's right outside of Harbortown that just opened?
There's two.
Okay.
There's across the river, though, like back on.
Yeah, but it's right there, right?
Yeah,
you could stay at the hotel in Harbortown. You could eat the restaurants there. It's a great park to walk in. You go check out the river park, but it's a little derelict right now. But they're working on that. Yeah. But if you go right off of the island.
Well, yeah, I mean, right off the island, that whole little stretch, you have Grind City Brewery, you have Soul and Spirit, and you have one of my favorite coffee shops is Comeback Coffee, and they're down there.
That's right.
And they have a cool project that they're announcing. I think they're doing like a roaster. Anyway, that just found that out yesterday. But yeah, I mean, you have all that like kind of right there without ever even touching downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And they're great. I mean, Paulette's is like I love Paulette's.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Get the popovers and. But so there's a weekend, right? I mean, you stay down there, get away on the river, just decompress.
Mm-hmm. And if you stay downtown in that area, you know, you've got the low hanging fruit there is the Peabody.
For sure.
You go stay at the Peabody, and you've got the Bass Pro Pyramid, which is insane.
Yeah. It also has a hotel.
I was gonna say inside the Bass Pro Pyramid, there's a hotel.
Yeah, and I have not stayed there.
I hear it's cool.
I've heard it's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I've stayed at the Big Cedar in Missouri, and that's unreal. I mean, they do such a good job with their hospitality, but I'm sure it's awesome. And there you have the like the bowling. You have like two restaurants. You have Wahlburgers. You have the restaurant on top. You have the rooftop bar.
That Wahlburgers is different because it's Wahlburgers Wild, so it's like game.
That
they serve there,
which is awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I guess you could just do like a whole thing in the Bass Pro, but I don't know. That's a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, so the thing about downtown is you have the Peabody, which is a classic, like super cool, low hanging fruit, right? But you're surrounded by just life there. You could also go to South Main. Mm-hmm. You also have the new Hyatt Caption, which is the first Hyatt Caption.
What's the rooftop bar at?
Beck and Call,
which is super cool.
Yeah, but that the Hyatt Caption is the first. That caption is the first caption in the world, and it's in Memphis.
In Memphis.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Fun fact. I'm full of fun facts.
They've got a pretty cool bar downstairs and that faces, what is that road there? Front Street. Yep.
Yeah, they do. And then behind it's the, the seafood restaurant.
Fancy's Fish House. Yeah.
Yes.
I've actually eaten. Have you eaten at Fancy's?
You have Fancy's Fish House, which is, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty. That pretty view. I like that it's kind of like right there on the railroad tracks. Yeah. And then you have the river. It's pretty. They've done an awesome job with that whole area.
You know what else is downtown, and something that I've suggested before? The Rendezvous, which has been there forever in the alley, but Memphis is famous for barbecue. But one of the interesting things that I tell when people come to town, because every time we have a client come to town, they're like, we want to eat barbecue, right? And so the question is, well, what type of barbecue do you like? Because each barbecue restaurant has something that's better than the others, right?
For sure.
So like Rendezvous's got its ribs.
Yep.
If you're getting a barbecue sandwich, where are you going for that?
Where am I going for a barbecue sandwich?
Yeah.
Whew.
Barbecue shop, bro.
I like their spaghetti.
spaghetti, right? You got Corky's that does that too.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get like the pulled chicken or something that's not necessarily pork, One and Only does a great job. One and Only Barbecue, that's got 3 or 4
Central's
locations.
Wings.
Central's Wings will blow your mind. So really,
Payne's Barbecue, which I hate to admit this, I've never been to Payne's. It wins like number one. I know.
What?
I'm sorry.
are you even from Memphis?
Sometimes.
Have you ever been to Graceland?
Oh yeah, I love Graceland. That's what you have to do on your staycation. You could go down and stay at the guest house at Graceland,
Which is awesome.
which is incredible.
It's got a concert hall in there
stunning.
and everything. Yep.
You should totally like figure out a weekend where they have a concert at Graceland, go to the show that night, eat at the restaurant, and then go the other night and go to Hernando Hideaway.
Oh
Hernando's
yeah.
Hideaway down the street.
Yep.
So you have 2 nights, music, restaurant. Go to Graceland because it is really cool.
You got to see the Jungle Room.
Got to see the Jungle Room. Have you been?
No, I'm from Memphis.
Anyway, that's what you need to do.
Oh, what else? Where else should we go?
I mean, you got, if you did like a South Main thing, you could stay at Central Station. You could stay at the Arrive Hotel. The number
The
of
Arrive
restaurants.
Hotel is my wife Kelly's favorite hotel in the city.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You have Vice and Virtue down there. You have the Long Shots in there. You have Hustle and Dough in there.
And the service is amazing.
Yeah.
She likes it. It's like her little mom getaway when the kids are overwhelming her. She goes and stays at the Arrive Hotel for a couple of nights just because the service is amazing.
See, she does staycations.
She does staycations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or runaways. I don't know. What's up?
I'm gonna go with staycation.
Okay. Staycation. But you've got that. And then, once we're done with all the things out in Carriage Crossing, go stay at the hotel there and you'll have all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways to do a really cool staycation.
You know what you haven't listed yet? The Memphian.
Oh, well, I think that might be the best hotel in the city.
I tend to agree.
Yeah. I guess I didn't think of that as like staycation because I'm like 5 minutes from there, but like, yeah.
You have all of Overton Square. Well, actually, you have, both ends of that entertainment district.
Overton Square, Cooper Young.
And then everything in between, Central and Cooper is exploding too. But that's like main for that district is the Memphian Hotel. And they've got their own stuff. They've got the Complicated Pilgrim in the ground floor. And then they've got the
Tiger and Peacock.
Tiger and Peacock is just amazing.
Yeah.
Best views of the city, in my opinion.
For sure. And the decor in there is it's just wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. Mm-hmm. Like imagine like Tiger and Peacock, and it is like, it absolutely hits everything you would ever imagine in terms of what that design could be.
You got to make reservations to go in there, right?
Yeah, it's not easy.
So if you're going to do that staycation, you need to plan for that one.
Got to plan ahead. Then you go to Porch and Parlor next door, have Chris Cook wait on you.
Some of the best. It is the best steakhouse in the city.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. That's a bold statement.
That was bold.
It's my favorite.
It's top 2.
Okay.
And it depends on the night. Could be 1 or 2.
Right.
Yeah. We have glaring eyes from like they're all like waiting.
Yeah.
So I like both. But there's a lot of cool stuff to do. I mean, if you are downtown, you have the farmers market, you have great restaurants, you have bars, you have museums, you have the Civil Rights Museum, which is one of the most incredible museums ever. You have the Rock and Soul Museum, which has a great lineup of board members. And it's a Smithsonian Institute affiliated museum.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not an easy thing to do. It's a huge deal. So,
and I guess the final thing that we need to talk about, and I know we've talked about it before on other podcasts, Memphis is just a great food town.
Yeah.
We, in my opinion, rival any other great southern city or any other city in America. Period.
And not just barbecue.
Right.
I mean,
we've got
some Italian seafood, and I put us head to head with any other city of our size and some.
For sure. Yeah. Any restaurants stick out to you that we haven't named yet?
So one that I haven't been to yet is the Lobbyist. And that's Jimmy Gentry's new restaurant. It's next door to Catherine and Mary's in the Chisco.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've not been yet.
Is it open?
It's open. And I've not heard anything but just incredibly positive reviews.
Jimmy Gentry's super talented. So that makes sense.
He is. And I've seen it and it's beautiful. and it's, the old lobby of the Chisca Hotel. So the lobbyist, I mean, it's well done. But yeah, I'm excited to go there. But that's one that I've heard from everybody is incredible, and I haven't been yet. That and Kokoza on the island. So there you go.
That's
part
right.
of your staycation.
Well, if you're staying at the Hyatt Centric or the other Hyatt hotel right there, it's interesting. It's kind of a hot topic. The park,
Tomley Park.
They're redoing it.
Well, the entrance is right there.
Well, if you go in May, not only you get to see the park, but you've got the Bill Street Music Festival. You've got the barbecue cooking contest. Not a festival, a contest. That's an important note. Yeah. So that's interesting about Tomley Park because they redid that and had to shrink the size of the contestants. And
there were a bunch of teams that didn't get included.
Some upset people out there.
I'm sure.
But the park should be beautiful.
They should have cooked. They should have made better barbecue. I don't know.
Is that how they did it?
I don't know. But
barbecue was terrible. I'm sorry. But I think they moved part of it to Bill Street. Actually,
they did. They put some teams up there, which would be really cool. And I think I've seen photos of it and how it's coming along, and it looks pretty awesome. I think we're lucky to have the waterfront that we have, the riverfront that we have, and it was definitely underutilized. Yes, it was totally utilized during May, but beyond that, it was just it was grass.
Yeah,
it was grass, and there were they put some soccer goals out there, basketball. That was fun.
That's the other side of the argument, right? Is how do you activate it every month of the year, and that's what they're attempting to do. I think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of different options. There's a lot of things to do, and there's a lot of ways to have a really cool staycation.
I think that's true. And there's a lot of people that have lived in the city for a long time that may have not been to those areas, and we highly recommend Graceland, like me, right? Highly recommend, if you want to take a nice weekend with your spouse or whatever, check out some of these areas or hotels that we've discussed.
Yeah, it allows you to see our city from a different view.
Yeah, and again, if we missed something, if there's great staycation option that you've been thinking about, comment on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. And if you disagree with Dustin's steakhouse comment, we'd love to hear that too. And if there's other two besides Folks Folly and Portrait Parlor that we missed as well, we'd love to hear that.
I was going to stay silent on the second one, but anyway, nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to go fight. Thank y'all for being here. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye.